defined as feeling or showing pleasure or contentment. However, this definition is too vague. Too often our society confuses happiness with being materialistic or instantaneous satisfaction. We are convinced that if we take this drug, legal or not, that we will become happy. We are convinced that if we achieve a higher standard or more power or more money, that we will become happy. We are convinced that if we lead a successful life, whether it is spiritually, socially, or physically, that is the only way to become happy. We are convinced that a life full of danger and rebellion, violence, and adrenaline is the only way to live a meaningful and happy life. However, this is so far from the truth. Happiness is a state of mind. It is a way of life. It is a habit. It's not there one second and gone the next. You have to work for it. It's not something that you just come across one day. However, that meaning seems to be lost. The definition itself becomes misconstrued. I came across this article the other day called The 29 Signs That You Are Doing Just Fine, Even If It Doesn't Feel Like It. And it gives 29 difficult challenges that we all face in our day-to-day lives. And it proves to you that you are going to be okay, as long as you just look at these challenges in a different perspective. And this spoke to me because I was having a really difficult week. However, the main reason that I am presenting this to you, and the main point of the article, is that you can learn to not only be okay in these circumstances, but that you can truly learn to be happy in them. I was just having a conversation with my friend Rachel about the incorrect connotations of happiness and how it is seen to be believed that it is about materialism and instantaneous satisfaction. However, we got onto talking about how everyone's goal in life is to become happy. That we are taught from a young age that it's not about money or power, but it's more about doing something that you love in order to be happy. However, what is happiness? How can we achieve it? Can we even achieve it? In our society, we're constantly setting the bar just a little bit higher. We want the newest product, the newest update, the newest technology. We want to go on this new trip. We want this much of a raise. And the grass is always going to be greener on the other side. However, we confuse ourselves because happiness is a state of mind and it's not a numerical number. So I'm going to show you 5 choices that you can make in order to become happy. The first one is healthy relationships. Think about the happiest moment of your life, or even the top few. Wasn't it not about the achievement or the experience, but more about the people and the relationships that you shared them with? It's about choosing people that you trust and that you support, and building those healthy relationships, and that will be the first step to truly leading a happy life. The next is altruistic acts. This is an excerpt from a study called the Terman experiment. It reads, "We figured that if a Terman participant sincerely felt that he or she had friends and relatives to count on when having a hard time, then that person would be healthier. Those who felt very loved and cared for, we predicted, would live the longest. Surprise? Our prediction was wrong. Beyond social network size, the clearest benefit of social relationships came from helping others. Those who helped their friends and neighbors, advising and caring for others, tended to live to an old age." This was a study that followed 1,000 people from birth to death. It shows that these people were healthy because they were happy, and they were happy because they were doing deeds for other people. They were being selfless. It's when you choose to do these altruistic acts, and it's when you choose to be selfless, whether that is saying hi to someone in the hallway or helping them with the physics problem or going on a missionary trip in another country. It is when you choose to do these things that you learn to appreciate everything that you have, and you learn to share it with others. And it is when you do this that you become happy. The next is perseverance. Too often our society sees obstacles as being negative things. We believe that if obstacles didn't exist, then everyone would be allowed to lead a successful life. However, this cannot be further from the truth. Obstacles are only negatives if you fail to overcome them. Instead, they give us motivation. They give us room for improvement. They show us how we can become better. And more importantly, they show us what we are willing to work for and how much we are willing to work for it. Obstacles are good things, and the next time you come across one, see it as a sign that you have a vision, you have an ambition, and you have the drive in order to achieve your goal. The next one is potential. You have to see the best in everything that you have. You have to see the best in the circumstances that you have been given. In the end, it is the happiest people that make the best out of the worst circumstances. You have to accept the things that you cannot control, and you have to make steps in order to improve your situation. However, more than that, you have to be accepting of where you stand, and you have to be willing to see the potential happiness and joy in everything that surrounds you. The next is yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, your strengths and your weaknesses, your achievements, your goals, your ambitions, your failures, and your fears. Too often our lives are led by making other people happy. In our ISM class, we did a warm-up where we chose one thing that we need to improve on in order to become more strong-minded. And granted, there are only 3 of us. However, all of us chose that we need to stop worrying about making other people happy. While altruistic acts are important, it is more important to lead your life because it is your decisions that you will have to live with. You have to learn to make the decisions for you. We are all in ISM for a reason. We have this ambition and this dream. We have this vision of where we want to go. And if you make these decisions, whether it is choosing between a college or a job option or pursuing some other opportunity that you have, if you make the decisions that will help get you to your end goal, then you will achieve that. However, if you constantly make decisions to make other people happy and you stray from that path, you will never achieve where you want to be, and therefore you will never actually be happy. Now, all of these are just steps towards improving yourself. So yes, you should have healthy relationships. You should do altruistic acts. You should persevere. You should see potential in everything. And you should be honest with yourself. However, more importantly, happiness is a state of mind. You have to learn to accept the situation that you have been dealt. And I know it's not always easy. In fact, most of the time it's extremely difficult. But I give you the challenge. I raise the question. Will you choose to be happy today?